Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at Season 3 of The Boys. So in this season, the boys now work for the Bureau of Superhero Affairs, having moved on from their conflict with the Seven. However, this conflict resumes when Billy Butcher begins to investigate the death of Soldier Boy, who could be used as a valuable asset in killing Homelander once and for all. So, first things first, I should have done this 1 or 2 videos ago, but I cannot thank you all enough for 300 subscribers. It really means a lot, you know? I mean, earlier this year I reached the 200 subscriber mark, and now I'm at the 300 subscriber mark, so who knows? Maybe by the end of the year we could get to 400 subs, hopefully. We'll see what happens. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much guys, your support means a lot. Plus, I'll also throw in an update on how my writing is going. Well, I've written about 300 pages of my first novel, and there's still quite a bit to do, but yeah, progress is going pretty well with that. So, Season 3 just ended on Friday, the 8th of July, which is not too long ago as of this recording, and this is definitely the best season so far. It's crazy, it's over the top, it's emotional, it's a roller coaster ride, it's everything you'd want out of this show and possibly more. But before we actually delve into Season 3, I first wanted to cover the animated spin-off series from earlier this year called The Boys Presents Diabolical. I'll just do a quick review on that and then we'll jump straight into Season 3. So The Boys Presents Diabolical is an animated anthology spin-off series that consists of 8 episodes. They're about 15 minutes each, more or less. They feature their own distinct animation styles, and they cover a lot of these self-contained stories from the perspectives of either members of the Seven or members of the Boys, or they just tell really distinct self-contained stories within the universe of the Boys. So if you grew up with Looney Tunes or anime or any of that kind of stuff, then you'll definitely enjoy this series. Many of the actors returned from the original series to reprise their roles here, albeit through voice acting, and they do a pretty good job, I have to say. And there are even other famous celebrities who were involved in the making of this series, whether it's voice acting or writing or both in some instances, such as Awkwafina, Seth Rogen, and Aisha Tyler. The series maintains the wacky, unsubtle, over-the-top nature and aesthetic of the original series as well. And according to Eric Kripke, the creator of The Boys, there's only a handful of episodes that he considers to be canon. I don't think he's fully disclosed them, but I'm sure you can pick out which ones they are if you're a fan of the show. And you know, overall, I don't have any complaints with it. I really enjoyed it. It's zany and over the top, just like the main show itself. It's a lot more digestible. You know, for someone like me who gets tired of watching serialized television where the episodes are like an hour long or so, because I've been doing that quite a bit this year, this was a nice change of pace for me. So yeah, I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. And overall, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. End of story. So, coming back to Season 3 of the main series, make sure you're all caught up on the first 2 seasons of the show because there might be a few spoilers for everything prior to this one. So, yeah, let's get into it. So, first of all, without getting into any spoilers of any kind, if you've watched the show, you'll know that the premiere started with one of the most bizarre and ridiculous yet hilarious openings to any season of any TV show ever, let alone The Boys. It's one of those ideas that would have gotten rejected a long time ago, but not in today's world, definitely not. And while this scene will definitely go down in history as one of the most iconic moments of the series, this season still gets better and better from this point onwards. So as far as the characters are concerned, Billy Butcher teams up with Maeve to investigate Payback. Payback is a disbanded superhero team. Getting all of these soups back together could guarantee Billy and the boys standing a chance against Homelander and the Seven. Maeve also provides Billy with V24. It's basically Compound V but with temporary effects, which means if you've ever wanted to see everyone's favorite cunt, the great Billy Butcher himself, having superpowers, well, you can look forward to that in this season. Meanwhile, Huey and Starlight are publicly dating, which is definitely awkward for the two of them. And this gets even more complicated when Starlight comes face to face with her ex-boyfriend Alex, who's also a soup looking to join the Seven. is dealing with family issues, he tries to make the most of the time he has with his daughter, considering his ex-wife is now in a relationship with someone else, and he agrees to rejoin the boys when he finds out that Billy is in pursuit of Soldier Boy. For reasons that kind of delve into spoiler territory, so I just want you to see it for yourself, The dynamic between Frenchie and Kimiko is at its strongest this season, at least so far. I mean, no matter what these two go through, they're inseparable. And they do have challenges of their own this season, like Frenchie's past catches up to him again, and Kimiko faces a new challenge of her own regarding her powers. Homelander's mental stability begins to deteriorate this season, because by this point, Madeline's dead, Becca's dead, Ryan's no longer with him, and Vought has continued to restrict the control he has over the Seven. But when he and Soldier Boy eventually cross paths, things do get interesting. The season offers a bit more characterization and backstory for Black Noir. If you've ever wanted to hear him speak, you'll definitely get that opportunity here. A-Train, who's now been reinstated into the Seven, is suffering from heart problems due to his excessive use of Compound V. He dons a new suit, which I honestly really dig, I don't know why, that is linked to his African heritage, even though he doesn't really care about it. And he also has to contend with a soup by the name of Blue Hawk, who has a knack for supposedly fighting crime in African American neighborhoods, which leads to A-Train questioning the legitimacy of Blue Hawk as a soup. The Deep also returns to the Seven, having been reinstated after writing an expose about the church he was a part of in Season 2. He remains loyal to Homelander throughout the season, but he does begin to question certain things, including the nature of his arranged marriage to Cassandra in Season 2. Now let's look at some of the newer characters on the show. The first one being the most obvious, Soldier Boy, played by everyone's favorite Dean Winchester, Jensen Ackles. So Soldier Boy, who's an obvious parody of Captain America, is an old-school, foul-mouthed, bona fide war hero. He and his team, Payback, worked with the CIA during the Cold War. He was definitely the standout character for this season, and it was announced around the time Season 2 was airing that Jensen Ackles would be playing the character in Season 3, so this was 2 years in the making, and Jensen pulled it off brilliantly. And apparently there's more than one version of this character in the comics, so that alone is enough to convince me to read the comics eventually. There's also Victoria Newman, the head of the Bureau of Superhero Affairs. She was introduced in Season 2, but she has a much more prominent role here. Even some of the other members of Payback were pretty cool, like Gunpowder, played by Sean Patrick Flannery, the TNT twins, who were featured in the episode Herogasm, which I'll get to in a bit, and Crimson Countess, who was played by Laurie Holden, who you might remember as Andrea from The Walking Dead. I really enjoyed seeing her in this, given that she basically disappeared after her time on The Walking Dead. So aside from the wacky opening to the first episode that I mentioned earlier, there's some other really memorable scenes, such as the octopus scene and just the entirety of the 6th episode, Herogasm, because it's exactly what it sounds like. And the finale was fantastic. The cliffhanger ending in particular has some interesting implications for the show going forward. So the only problem I have is some episodes being a bit slow here and there, but other than that, everything else is fine. So yeah, those are my thoughts on season 3 of The Boys. It's without a doubt the best season so far, and I'm really looking forward to season 4 whenever it does come out. Now, I'm not going to be doing a ranking video for The Boys, but if you're curious, my least favorite season is season 1, then season 2 is slightly better, and season 3 is the best one so far. End of story. In fact, while you're at it, let me know your rankings in the comments below. So next time, there is a certain ranking video that I promised you guys, and it's a little late, but it is coming. And it's my ranking of all 5 seasons of The Wire. So look forward to that very soon. And yeah, thank you all for watching, guys. Please be sure to like the video, share it and subscribe, ring the bell, take care, and I'll see you soon.